welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie, and I love indie makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows in particular, with some other content thrown in between. And if you're wondering what is that super shiny, sparkly eyeshadow on your lid, well, I'm gonna tell you, it's these Bernovich eyeshadows that I got, and this brand was discovered by Mia from Mia's Virtual Vanity, which I will link all her information down in the description box. You gotta check this out. She has a bunch of swatches of some of these shimmery shades. She gets all the credit, Bernovich, and they are based out of Belarus. And I'm really excited to try some super sparkly eyeshadows from a totally different country. It really goes to show that you can find super sparkly eyeshadows really anywhere around the world, which is awesome. And so I'm gonna be doing these two looks, and also got some mattes, and of course also I'm gonna do some swatches. So I'm just gonna show you the palette and what I got. It is currently in an empty palette from Makeup Geek. I did want to try some mattes so I could pair them with the shimmers, because I don't really like crossing from using like mattes from another brand and then only having shimmers from this other brand. So I kind of like having a little bit of both from one brand so I can pair them together. And I bought all of these shades. They had a bunch of basically neutrals, nothing colorful, which I really wish they had some colorful mattes to pair with some of these brighter sparkly eyeshadows, like this orange, the teal, the purple. There's like slight, you know, this was kind of like a plummy shade, but I just think I would love to see some colorful mattes from them in the future. So you will see me using these. I did get actually like 3 or 4 other mattes, but some of them are so similar to some of these shades that I'm actually not going to keep them. I didn't even swatch them because I don't want to have shades that are super similar to each other, because let's be honest, they're probably gonna look the same. And then I did get this shade, which is a glitter, and then I got another shade that's a glitter that's very similar to one of these shades, so I'm also not keeping that one because there's just no point if I already have these two teals, and then I don't really love glitters. So I'd rather just have this one because it is super shiny and very beautiful, and you'll see that in the swatches. So I'm very excited to show you how these shadows apply, so let's get right into it. So here are the mattes, and I do gotta say that these are very affordable. These were $3.49. And then here are the shimmery shadows. These are the sparkle singles, and these are $6.49. They also have metallic eyeshadows, and those are $3.99. And I would say between all of them, they have a little bit different textures. They're all the sparkle, so they're supposed to be all super shiny, right? So you've got these sparkle ones, and then there's some that are just like feel a little bit creamier, like this shade over here felt just a little bit different, while this shade felt really flaky. And definitely see some of these very duochrome, almost multi-chrome, if not multi-chrome. Very stunning, very shiny, no primer. So we do have a lot to choose from. Probably just gonna go for like a matte all over the lid and then a shimmer. I really want to showcase the shimmers, obviously, so I'm not gonna be doing anything too complicated. I just want to get a feel for the shimmers, get a feel for the mattes. I have used 2 of the mattes previously and they blended themselves basically, so I'm very excited. Definitely want to try out more of the shimmer shades, so I'm just gonna start priming with the Natasha Denona primer, and I'm gonna do one eye at a time. So I want to play with the like pinky orangey shade, so I'm gonna go into the crease with 104, which is like this. I'm just gonna pop that in, super pigmented as you can see. I'm just putting that about 2/3 of the way. I'm just going back in a little bit more. I have some weird like dry spot happening over here. Didn't know I had dry eyelids. Just blending that out. And then on the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with 127, which is this beautiful, basically deep burgundy shade. And I'm gonna take a much smaller brush because I'm gonna basically pack this on the outer corner. I feel like it almost looks the same as the shade I just put on the lid. Oh no, okay, it's a bit more pink, but I thought it would be a little deeper. I don't know why. I was kind of imagining it to be a little bit deeper. Then I'm taking a completely clean brush and just going over the edges with that. And that went on super well. So next I'm gonna take some NYX glitter primer, and these are really, for the most part, these are very sparkly, a little bit on the chunky side, so I don't like using my Pixie Epoxy with these particular types of eyeshadows, I like using the Pixie Epoxy with something that is a bit more finely milled, like some multi-chromes that I have. But for something like this, I'd rather go with something a little bit stiffer. This outer edge, I'm gonna go in X16, and I'm gonna put it on at an angle. Getting a little bit of fallout, but nothing too bad. And then above that, I'm gonna go in with X15. And I just dropped it, which is what that one looks like. It's like a pinky peachy shade, very flaky. And oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Oh, that is so sparkly. And I love that it's smoothed out on the lid. Like, I love that it doesn't look textured. You know, like some of the drier flake types of formulas, like the Shine by SD, what is that, the Reserve collection that I have, I felt like that looked pretty dry on my lid. So I'm really happy with how that came out. I'm gonna go back in with my smaller blending brush and just like blend the edges of that just a little bit more. Want it to be really nice and smooth there. And overall, I'm really happy with how that came out. Super gorgeous. And I definitely have a shade to go in for the inner corner. So then on the other side, again, priming with the Natasha Denona primer. Looks like I have some dryness going on in the outer corner over here that I, again, didn't know about, which is great. For this next look, I've played around with the purple a little bit, so I kind of want to go in with the teal and then maybe like a really nice lighter shimmer. So for the crease, I'm gonna go in with 102, which is just this really nice kind of, it's slightly, I would say it's a cool toned, like medium beige shade. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did on the other eye and just put that into the crease about 2/3 way. So not all the way down. And then on the outer edge, I'm going in with 196, which is basically this, I would say cooler. I feel like it's pretty warm, but it's leaning a little bit cool maybe. It's basically like a chocolatey brown. And I'm gonna take that, just like I did on the other eye again, and just gonna pack that on the outer corner here. This is a really nice and deep shade. I feel like I'm getting the depth from it that I was expecting and wanting, which is nice. And then there is some patchiness here you can see, but that's from my lid having some texture there from being a little dry. But this is blending out like a dream. Wow, I am super impressed with these mattes so far. So then again, I'm gonna go in with the NYX glitter glue and just tap it on the lid. Not trying to do like a structured half cut crease or anything like that. Just gonna put some shimmers on the lid. So making sure that's tapped out. And so I'm gonna go in with X20, which is this stunning teal shimmer shade, and that's gonna go kind of right in the center, leaning towards the outer edge. Just pack it on. That was like one dip and I just dipped in again, but wow. Oh, these are so stunning. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then on the inner portion, I'm going in with X04, which is this basically just like a warm beige shimmering shade, and gonna pop that right in front of it. Blend it in just a little bit. Wow, these are so sparkly. I would say that these are honestly giving Terra Moons and Divina a run for their money, because these are definitely some of the sparkliest eyeshadows I've ever tried, next to those obviously. So I'm gonna go back in with my smaller blending brush and just tap it on the outer corner, making sure that it's nice and blended over there. So I'm gonna throw on some lashes and we're gonna finish the lower lash line. Okay, I'm back and I threw on the House of Lashes. House of Lashes Noir Fairy Light Lashes. I don't like these. I don't understand why these were ever hyped up because they're just like weird. Like they're not feathery in the edges. They're like bluntly cut, which I hate that. It just looks so like fake lashy. I don't like these. And the lash band is like really weird and bumpy. Anyways, for the waterline, I use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner Good Reef on this side, and then on the other side in the shade Catsuit. So I'm gonna finish off the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take that deep brown on this side and go in and connect it like I always do, and stopping kind of right here because of the line I have there under my eye. So then on the other side, I'm going to go in with that deep red that I used on the outer corner, again connecting and just stopping right there. Definitely want to go in and do an inner corner highlight. And so for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with X03, which actually I just realized is very similar to X04, which I used on the inner portion of my lid on this side. Except I would say X04 has like a blue shift to it, while this is greenish almost. So we're gonna see what that looks like on the inner corner. Gotta try it out first. Yeah, it's got maybe a little bit gold. I mean, it's really nice and very sparkly, very pretty. Definitely feel like it would benefit from wetting my brush though. And then on the other side, I'm gonna use X02, which is this beautiful shimmery iridescent blue shifting shade. This one looks a little flaky, so yeah, it's pretty flaky. I'm gonna have to spray my brush, but let me just go and dry first. I mean, it's not that bad, but I want it to be like a dot there, you know? So I switched to a different brush and I wet it, and I'm gonna just go back over. It's a little bit better, a little bit more color in there, and then same thing on this side. Just get a little bit more oomph. That looks so sparkly and shiny. It's beautiful. The shimmers are really just so impactful, and the mattes were just so blendable, and I feel like I almost had to do no work to get these two looks together. So let me zoom out and let's talk about my first impression. So far, I'm pretty blown away, to be honest. I was kind of expecting it, but this is a whole nother level of just shine, and I'm so excited to have these. I am a little like iffy on the fact that one of these is a glitter, and like I said, I bought another one that I'm actually not keeping, so I don't love that, but I am willing to totally try on some glitter glue. I would definitely say put these on before you put your foundation on, otherwise you will definitely end up with sparkles all over your face. The mattes really impressed me. I feel like with shimmers, it's a little bit easier. Like if they're super shiny, I'm most likely going to like them. But with mattes, it's a little bit trickier. Sometimes I have layering issues if it's a really thin and dry formula, or it's hardly packed in and you can't get enough pigmentation. Experienced quite a bit of different matte formulas, so I kind of feel like I know which one will work out for me and which one won't. And this one, like I feel even more impressed than the first time I used them. I'm very excited to keep using them. I wish that they had more colorful eyeshadows to really pair with the shimmers. That seems like kind of a little bit of a disconnect, which is totally fine because you can of course use like the warm brown and then the shimmer like I did, but I would love to see like a deeper teal matte or something in this formula. I think it would be super nice. So I'm very impressed. I feel like these blend themselves kind of like Natasha Denona eyeshadows to me. Those also just blend themselves. I don't have to do much work. So overall, I'm really impressed. I'm really glad that I grabbed a bunch of matte shadows to pair with these. And I honestly can't wait to play with these some more and put them all over the lids and just use all the different shades. I'm so happy that Mia from Mia's Virtual Vanity, I will link her video on her channel down below. Make sure you can check her out. I'm so glad that she discovered this brand and that she told us all about it, because I absolutely love trying out different indie brands, but especially from around the world. I think that's super fun. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried anything from Bernovich and if you have any specific recommendations. That's everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I would love it if you subscribed if you're new to my channel. There's so much sparkly, shifty, and shiny content on my channel, so you don't want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.